boys and girls, I'm back with the Lizzy Soft Foam Blaster series by the Zerky. This is the Amazon special. Hopefully it's a good gun. I know I've been on for a while. I've been busy with work, but I got this gun to have fun with at work. Hopefully it'll be a good gun for the bill. So when you first open it, you have the gun. What's that? Oh. So the screw for, I believe this is the magazine release, just fell out. So you get the gun. One magazine. A cheap little red dot sight. We'll see how that works. It says underneath, accessories at the bottom. And here's your 96 rounds for your magazine. Alright, so the round, it's a half round. Seems very good, pretty good quality, but this tip is extremely hard. Really hard. I don't think I would want to shoot that at somebody. It might be good for target practicing, but not shooting at somebody. Maybe you can use the Nerf half rounds in this gun. We can try that out later. I'll have to buy some. The magazine seems pretty good, well built. The molding looks pretty good. Spring feels like it's got good pressure, but maybe not too much pressure so it feeds easier. Let's see how this is ramped up. So the round will go in here like this. See, there's a little arrow showing you the direction of the round. So the round does fit in the magazine loosely. So once you get loaded, you might want to tap it like that to make sure they all rest in the back, so they feed easier. See, that'll set them up to all feed at the same rate. So it says the magazine holds 8, but I got more than 8 in there, and it feels pretty good still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was able to fit 10 in there. Now if you put 10 in there, you might be wearing out the spring in here a little bit prematurely. So let's go back to this gun. So the magazine release, the screw fell off. Like it was never even tightened during shipping. So there's a Phillips head screw that goes in on this side. If you flip it over, there is a nut that goes on this side. So you see the nut will hold itself because it's shaped as the nut inside there. So you only need a small Phillips head screwdriver to fix this. Not a big deal. Alright, the gun has good weight to it. It's heavy, so you know you're holding it. But the grip is really big, but it has to be because of the size of the darts. If you have small hands, it might be a little bit harder for you to shoot this gun. So when you cock it back, see, when you got it tilted upside down, it won't let you cock it. You got to be flat. So inside here, I don't know why they would do this. Maybe it's for feeding issues. But right here is a little lock. And I saw some people pushing this down with some tape to keep it down, or putting something there to wedge that little latch down. So you're allowed to feed it upside down, but you can't feed this and cock it back with it upside down. Alright, I'm probably making y'all dizzy holding this camera. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm traveling, so it's kind of hard to hold this camera and do this little review at the same time. I don't have my stand. So, the slide action feels really good. But it's funny, once I've already cocked it, I seem to be able to cock it back. But once it's shot, okay, it's doing it now. It's allowing me to cock it back. I don't know why. But I know that this latch right here is what I was told whenever I was looking up why it wouldn't cock upside down. There's the reason why, but seems to be working now. The trigger, it's got a fairly good pull on it. It's not too hard. It does have some play back and forth. Feels like it would break off pretty easily if you got too excited and pressed sideways. Same thing with this mag release. It doesn't seem to be very sturdy. Those would probably be some things that you might want to upgrade later. I don't know how you'd upgrade this trigger, keep it from having so much play. It's not too bad though. Very clean gun. Alright, so now put the magazine in. Alright, so the mag release, put the magazine in. It fits in there so tight it doesn't just slide out. So you're always going to have to release it and pull it out. Alright, cock it back. The spring in here for the mechanism for the piston is sticking a little bit, like the spring's not strong enough. It's fairly powerful. Another thing, if you cock it twice, you'll shoot 2 bullets. So if you cock it 5 times, you'll start damaging the bullets. I cocked it 5 times to see at what point the bullets or rounds would start getting damaged. On the 5th one, it will start damaging the rounds. It will actually start cutting them in half. So if you could probably shoot 2 rounds, be okay, but I wouldn't go above 2 rounds on a regular basis. The range on it, I was shooting it upstairs a minute ago. It's pretty good. Alright. So a couple things about quality. This barrel in here is actually aluminum. It's metal. So you're gonna get a good seal with your O-ring. The O-ring feels really like it's really good on the piston for a stock O-ring, because it builds up a lot of pressure to push these darts. I did shoot the darts to my hand and they do hurt. If you're at close range or probably within 15 feet of each other, it's gonna hurt. This thing will at least shoot 35 feet accurately. It's pretty cool little gun. Thank you. So I was looking at this locking mechanism. So right here, notice this part of the slide slides back separately. That's what disengages that little latch in the back. So when you pull back on the magazine, you got to pull back on this. If you grab it too tight and this doesn't slide backwards, it will not pull backwards. It does work upside down, but you gotta make sure you pull this outer part of the slide backwards to make sure it cocks fully back. Alright, so the sight actually is like two pieces. Looks like your standard Picatinny rail that's on the gun. You got one on top, one on bottom. The bottom one could have like maybe a little forward grip on it, or you can even put a laser on there. And then up here on the top is for a sight. So this sight, on the bottom right here, there was a piece of paper I had to pull out to get it to work. This is where the batteries are if you wanted to replace them. And I don't know if you can see, it's an AG13 battery, and there's two of them. They're 1.5 volts, so 3 volts total. So on the back of the sight, this is the front. On the back of the sight, there's a switch, and that's what turns on your red dot. It's plastic. It seems very cheaply made. It's a cool little gimmick. But that's what it is. It's just a little gimmick. I don't think it's going to be very accurate, but I can test that in a second. Alright, back to the sight. This is a piece of plastic in here. This isn't like, it's very flimsy plastic. So be careful. I was putting it on. I found out it wouldn't go on, but this battery, the case, is sticking out. So what's happening is on the gun, it's not sitting down flat. It was pushing up. So I gotta try to find a way to loosen this and make it to where it sits down flat. So I took it out, now it's sitting down flat. So I took the screw off, I reinserted it, the snap's kind of into place, but I think what happened was this screw right here was over tightened, and whenever it was over tightened it pushed down on this back side, causing the opposite side to pop out. So if you want to run a different set of screws and make it to where this thing didn't just come off, inside these plastic nuts, these like little finger nuts, there's actually a real nut. So this nut actually fits inside this little cutout. So if you wanted to just put a screw in here with like a Phillips or an Allen, it would work. I don't know why you would do that for such a cheap sight, but it's an option. So one side is flat. This is the side that the nuts go on, and then this is the side that the head of the screw goes into. Alright, I got the side on. It's looking pretty good. The switch is in the back. Not bad. Alright. See how accurate this little... turn the light off, maybe that will help. There we go. Ooh, right on top. Couldn't say where that one landed. Yeah, it's way low. I'm also close. It's a little gimmick. I don't think I'm going to leave it on there. I think it's better without it. Alright, for final comments, overall it's a good gun. For $35 I think it was I paid for it. It's worth it. It's fun. If you have any questions, you can always go to their website. I will put a link below on Amazon where I bought it. And you can go there and look it up. It's a pretty good blaster. It is not for little kids. It does not have the high vis tips to show that it's a toy, so it could be considered to be a confusing toy for police officers, because it does look a little realistic as far as a gun goes. So if you buy one and enjoy it, enjoy it. I'm not sponsored by this company. I just bought this to be a fun toy to have.